Brony YouTuber by the name of HeartsyArtsy, who I rather enjoy and who has been making videos on topics I've already covered, time travel, has made another video on another topic that I'm pretty sure I've already covered. But it really inspired me, and I need it because I'm in a drought of pony topics. I'm running out, people. I only have a few more rants left, and then I gotta go back to the little short pitch to fanworks. So thank you very much for this topic. The video she did recently was on the real problem with Equestria Girls, stating, like so many other bronies, that Equestria Girls is a dumb movie because the characters are human and they go to high school and they live in a world without magic. She also pointed out that the characters are similar to the main six that we know and love, but they have completely different personalities and completely different experiences and completely different adventures. But isn't that sort of the point of Equestria Girls? What started as a concept that was basically Hasbro imitating fan art. I mean, come on, people, if you don't want to see ponies as humans, you shouldn't be going on DeviantArt drawing pictures of ponies as humans. You're only feeding ideas to Hasbro and making them want to do your ideas and use them with their own little twist on it. Basically, Hasbro saw your fan work and said, hey, let's do that as an idea, and they started this. But the common complaint is that Equestria Girls isn't interesting because it's set in high school, and high school is not an interesting setting. I humbly have to disagree. With brilliant Japanese anime like Azumondo Daioh and wonderful, fabulous Nicktoons such as Hey Arnold and timeless classics like Peanuts, there are tons upon tons of great stories that come out of high school. Whether it's Recess or The Weekenders or any number of tons of different anime, the high school setting or grade school setting or junior high or whatever grade setting can tell interesting stories. Consider Doug, consider Rugrats All Grown Up, consider Lucky Star. The list goes on and on. The high school genre can tell interesting stories. Now, sure, there are some high schools out there, like the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and high schools like the ones that you see in Harry Potter and Gentleman Alice, where they have high school adventures, but then something supernatural or alien or magical happens. But you also have schools like the ones in Strawberry Marshmallows where things stay perfectly normal. Yeah, it's nice to mix things up like you would in Fruits Baskets, but it's also nice to have a little dose of reality like you would with Kadocha. For every Tenchi Muyo, there is also an Aayori Aoshi. For every ugly yet beautiful or world of Naru, there is also a Love Hina. Not to mention the different shows that you have on the American side of storytelling, like Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World, Saved by the Bell. Time and time again, it has been proven that high school can be a perfectly legitimate, enjoyable setting for storytelling. What the real problem with Equestria Girls is that, one, we had its second, so it constantly rides on the coattails of My Little Pony and has to constantly spend its time referencing the original series and can never seem to be its own standalone thing that can be enjoyed with no knowledge of My Little Pony whatsoever. Since a good 80% of the jokes are basically, if you're a brony and you watch My Little Pony, you get these references we're making and enjoy these characters that we humanized from previously having been ponies. Basically, the series cannot stand on its own. If you never saw My Little Pony and come into the Equestria Girls movies, you'll be lost as to what the heck's going on, and you won't understand who most of these characters are, nor will you know why you should be getting excited about seeing them interpreted as a different species. Imagine if the Spider-Man series decided to spin off Spider-Ham. Half of the fun of Spider-Ham would be trying to figure out which animals each of your favorite Marvel characters is being represented as. If Spider-Ham is basically Spider-Man as a pig, aka Peter Porker, and the whole concept is to be Marvel superheroes if they were animals, you would be looking to see what Marvel characters would be what animals. But come into the series with no idea what Marvel is, then you'd be just seeing a bunch of characters and not really getting the references and the puns. So too is it the same way with My Little Pony and Equestria Girls. When you turn the characters into another species, all you're doing is wondering, what does my favorite character look like in this other bizarre form, and what do they do when they're living in this other world? The other problem that is a major problem for Equestria Girls is that we've only had 3 movies to judge what the characters are all about. We don't know anything other than what we're given from these 3 movies so far. That's not a whole lot of time in which to develop the characters and make their story interesting. Let's say we were to reverse it. Let's say we were to have gone over 100 episodes living in the Equestria Girls world, and My Little Pony was the one to be the movie. Well, then, in this particular case, My Little Pony as a series of movies, you would not have entered season 2 or season 3 by yet. You would have still been in season 1 now, on to episode 3 or episode 4, depending on how the movies would have combined episodes. You might have even skipped around a little bit. Regardless, these are not enough episodes for you to get an idea of what the ponies are all about. If all you saw was 3 episodes from season 1 of My Little Pony, you would not have seen Fluttershy become anything more than a timid, shy pony. You would not have seen Pinkie Pie become anything more than a random silly character. He would not have been anything more than a selfish, vain diva character. Rainbow Dash would have been just an egotistical tomboy. Applejack would have been only the country-talking farmer girl who loves apples. And Twilight Sparkle would have been just the nerd character who reads too many books. It took many seasons to develop the ponies to where they are now and to change and evolve their characters and make them interesting. You can't expect the same amount of evolution to happen from Equestria Girls in only 3 movies. Try watching something like MASH, or Star Trek The Next Generation, or Heroes, or Young Justice, or Batman, or any of the other really great series out there. Try watching Gravity Falls in only 3 episodes. Take any series that you love, watch the first 3 episodes, and tell me, is that a complete story? Is that enough episodes to develop the characters and make them interesting? Is that enough information to make the story interesting? I really don't think it's fair to compare something that has only had 2 movies that have come out, 1 movie that's about to come out soon, and a series of shorts, to something that has been on for 5 seasons and over 100 episodes. If Equestria Girls wants to be as good as My Little Pony, if not better, 1, they have to stop being movies. They have to move into the realm of being a regular TV series with regular episodes that come on every week and tell a complete story from beginning to end, with 2-parters at the beginning and end of the series, lots of songs, story arcs, and a story that goes someplace and leads you somewhere. And the other thing it has to do is stop riding on the coattails of the original series. Instead of trying to be My Little Pony in a What If series in an alternate dimension where the characters are a different species and live in a different world and have had different experiences with different technology, it should try to be a story that tells its own continuity, completely separate from Equestria. Tell stories and stop comparing what you're doing to what the other series did previously. Stop making references and saying, hey, look, there's a character from the other series and this is what they'd look like if they were another species. Stop saying, oh boy, I think I'm going to reference something from the other series and then make a joke about it. Start telling your own stories. Create your own characters who don't have anything to do with the other series. Create your own sayings and expressions and memories that don't make you compare to the stuff that happened on the other series. Stop making stories that are kind of like what the other series did, but kind of different. Start taking yourself in another direction and making your own unique stories that the other series couldn't have done. Really take advantage of the fact that you are in another world and do something that is unique and new and different that the ponies could have never done. Your assignment, dear viewers, is find a story set in high school and watch it and tell me if you think it was interesting. And by high school I mean school in general, not just high school. If you can find one school related story that was interesting for you to watch and come back for more and continue watching, then I've made my point and hopefully expanded your horizons to enjoying something more than just magical fantasy stories. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just it's not necessary for your viewing enjoyment. Anyhow, I'm starting to talk in circles, so yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. Thank you for watching.